Shalom Aleichem, everyone. Yom Tov. It's a couple days till Tisha B'Av, so it's not an easy time, but at the same time, we have to find joy and gratitude in just being here today and everything we have, which is really such a blessing. Tisha B'Av is a very sad day. It marks the destruction of both temples and all kinds of tragedies that befell us in Jewish history. There are a lot of reasons that were given for why Tisha B'Av happened, but the most compelling, I think, for us today is the famous reason given. It was destroyed because of sinas chinam, which means causeless hatred. There were factions at the time of the second. They treated each other, Jews treated each other as enemies. And the politics, we think our politics is bad. There were people stabbing each other right and left in those days and turning each other into the Romans. This kind of hatred is what fueled the destruction. Hashem destroyed the temple because of this hatred. It's a famous story with the Tower of Babel that Hashem didn't destroy them, even though they were trying to build a tower to fight against Hashem. He was happy that they were at least getting along in doing it. God likes when people get along. So when we try to reverse this idea of sinas chinam, of causeless hatred, I think we look into our lives and you say, is there anybody out there who we're hating on? Is there anybody who, and it doesn't mean causeless, like they don't deserve it? Is there anybody who I'm mean to or I have hate for that doesn't really deserve it because they didn't cause it? That's, I think, the outside understanding of causeless hatred. I mean, if they caused it, then you could hate them. But I think the truth is actually much deeper than that, because I don't think you're allowed to hate people unless they're completely evil. And one of the things that you find out in this world is that there's no such thing as completely evil. Even the most evil people that we know, there's some aspect of good in them or a possibility for it. And even the most people that we know have some aspect of evil or even just some possibility for it. There's something in our incomplete world that we're in. There's nothing that's perfect. So who are we really supposed to hate? There's a famous statement in the Torah, Ohavei Adonai Sinura, in Tehillim. Ohavei Adonai Sinura. Those hate evil. Notice who love God hate evil. It's not Sinu Rishayim. It doesn't say those who love God hate evildoers or wicked people. It's the hatred of evil. And the truth is, I think that's the only thing we're allowed to hate. Because everything in the world is Hashem. Hashem is the source of everything. So what could you hate? Only the inverse of this love that fills the universe, which is hatred itself. The only thing that's allowed to be hated is the absence of God, which is hate, right? When you hate something, it's you're saying it's not godly. There's no God here, and therefore I can hate it. Because if there was godliness in it, you couldn't hate it. But that statement is false. There's nothing in this world that's devoid of Hashem. And so hatred itself, a hatred for another human being, this what's called sinas chinam, is the only thing that really should be hated. Ohavei Adonai Sinura. If you love God, you hate evil. And so what that means is when we look into the world around us, we can have a disdain, a hatred for that which we do, our actions that are wicked. We can have a disdain for the actions of others that are wicked, and we can even practically try to thwart them, to make them our enemy, if that is what makes sense based on the evil that they're doing. But you don't hate people. You hate the wickedness. And I think that relates back to causeless hatred. What does it mean? Hatred without a cause. You're hating instead of the cause of hatred, right? The cause is the action, right? You hate evil. Causeless hatred is when you're hating the person, right? You're not hating the cause, you're hating the actual person. And that is what causes Tisha B'Av. We have to stop hating people and hate the cause. If there is a cause, if there is evil, we can hate it, but just the cause, the phenomenon, rather than the people behind it. We have to stop hating each other. There's so much hatred for other people. We have to hate specific things that are happening, but try to love all people and bring them closer to each other.